Today on Fishing with Gussy, we're on the ice and we're catching burbot. We're going to catch some big fish today. We're going to cook them. It's going to be a good show. You don't want to miss it.
Today on Fishing with Gussy, we're gonna do something that I don't know if it's ever been done in Canada before. A full episode of fishing for burbot, or they have many names: Ling, lawyer, eel pout, Ling cod, yeah. And then a bunch more that are worse than those, so that we can't say on TV. So, but yeah, we're you know, we like to fish for whatever bites. I've got my buddy Sean McAughey with me today. And, you know, across Sunset Country, that's part of the beauty of it, is we have a ton of options for different species. So we're going to get rigged up. Sean's cutting up a chunk of herring here, and that's what we're going to use for bait. There's he cut me off the first piece of belly meat. Says it's a beauty, and that's going to be the ticket. Hopefully it works. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to get set up, and then we'll talk about what we're doing out here.
Sounds good.
All right.
The King Ling.
Oh, I hope we lay a licking on these things. That would be awesome.
Well, this is what we're looking for today. Oh, nice big one. Oh. Oh. There we go. First one of the day. There he is. That's what we're looking for. Not the prettiest of fish, but we're gonna have some fun now.
Tell you one thing, it's sure nice being out on the ice when it's not -20 and windy. Weather's good. There's still like 3 feet ice. There's just the snow's gone, which is okay with me. I like snow, but one thing that is nice to have when this slick ice conditions are the little stick-on cleat things that you can put on your boots, and usually we have them, and I forgot mine, Shelly forgot hers, nobody brought them today, so. But we've kept the wipeouts to a minimum so far. There's been a couple, but nothing caught on camera yet. Fishing! Yeah! I don't know if anything's happened, but yeah, we got something. How deep was that? I didn't think it was that big at first, but it just peeled off all the line I pulled up. I kept my fingers. Since we're just jigging, we've put a couple tip-ups out.
And you'll catch a bonus one of these.
Wow. Oh. Awesome, dude. Here. Perfect. Come around over here. That's a big one.
That's a nice beauty.
Yeah. Do we need some pliers?
I gotta sit right here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's nice and easy. Quick strike rig. And that was, I mean, we had to run over, but you don't have to let that thing run, man.
No.
That's the whole deal with those, is hit them when they...
right when they grab it, as soon as you get there.
That's a bonus. And I don't care where you are, anywhere across Northwest Ontario, across Canada really, we have a lot of big pike, and that is the best way to catch them. You put a Cisco under a tip-up, and that's just it.
Bingo.
That's his. This should be his fish, because I was too lazy to put a tip up in today. He took the time to kind of do that. So, but look at that. They're gonna spawn, you know, pretty quick. I'm just gonna give this guy a drink. She's ready to go. She's happy.
Oh yeah.
But you can see how thick that thing is. So that fish is probably full of eggs and is gonna spawn here pretty soon.
Nice, good job, buddy.
Yeah, awesome. Bonus.
Bonus.
We'll take those all day long. Whew. See, that fish was happy.
There you go.
There's the rig right there, just a little
guy.
Little rig and
Some extra meat on there.
some extra meat on there, yeah. So that's just it right there. And I mean, you can use a lot bigger
bigger
Ciscos.
We use a lot bigger ones most of the time.
when we're targeting them, but yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Okay, sweet.
Good job, buddy.
Let's go jig up an eel.
Bonus gator.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a big one.
Burbot, eel pout, ling, lawyer. These things got a ton of names. It doesn't matter. We're having a blast catching them.
Are you kidding me? This is unreal. This is a monster fish, you guys.
Northland Fishing Tackle is a proud sponsor of Fishing with Gussy. Shop online at northlandtackle.com. Made by fishermen for fishermen.
The little bit that you've done this, you seem to think that they sort of are traveling in little packs and schools and...
So I ended up, I was fishing with some guys from Wisconsin last week, and they fish for these things all the time. And they were explaining to me, when they're spawning this time of the year, it's almost like a big ball of snakes. They'll get, the females will get in there and the males will just all ball around them. So when we were catching them last week, you'd catch one and then it was funny because everybody would come drill holes all around the guy and everybody start catching them all over again. So they seem to come through in big groups. So we'll see how it works out. It's a big one. Nice. Another beauty burbot here. Nice big one like this. Anyways, so the way we're getting these things today is we're using these big buckshot rattle spoons with a big chunk of meat on it, just like that. And you can see that meat starting to turn brown. It's because we're bouncing it on the bottom so much. Literally your bait's going down on the bottom and just doing this. And these fish, they just cruise along the bottom, right with their bellies on. And they just come along and pick it up, and you're jigging along, and all of a sudden you just feel weight, and you got them on, and then the fight begins. I'm gonna get this guy back in. We've got enough for dinner here, and nice big spawning, mature fish. There we go.
Hooked up, buddy.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, I figured it was getting to be about dinner time, so...
Gotta feed the kids.
Yeah. We got to,
Ooh, bit of a pout. Oh, there we go.
Awesome. They don't have teeth either. They got like sandpaper.
Just like a bass.
Just like a bass, yeah.
Yep. Nice. That'll be a tasty one,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Well, I think we got a few on the ice now. We threw Sean's big one back earlier, and yeah, let's think we should tackle.
Yeah.
Neither of us have cleaned these things or cooked them before, so we got a really, really easy recipe that we're gonna do, and the big thing will be trying to clean them. So
And hold on to them. They're one slippery fish, that's for sure.
you don't want to. You should let him wrap himself around your arm for the
just
camera.
like a snake.
No, you don't have to.
How about you do it?
No, no.
Yeah. Ooh, got another good one here, Gussy.
Sweet, buddy.
There we
Look
go.
at this, people. I've been driving. I think they're like more of an evening bite because I've been driving around trying some other spots, and I heard Sean yelling over here. Look at that beautiful looking thing. They're
Yeah.
kind of like an eel, but
Beautiful is the word to describe them.
we're actually gonna eat some of these up
Yeah.
on the show here
This is
today
gonna be another
too.
big beauty too.
That's fun, dude. Like they
Yeah.
fight, hey?
Oh, they fight for sure. And, you know, a lot of people throughout Sunset Country, Northwestern Ontario, there's not many people that do go out and target them, and you know, you get accidental catches when you're walleye fishing and that, but you know, you can come out here this time of year when they're spawning and
Ooh, that's a big one. Is it? Oh, wow, dude. Are you kidding me? This is unreal. This is a monster fish, you guys.
Look at him.
Don't lose him. It's like he just does not want to get his head in there. This thing is like a giant lake trout almost. Like it's filling up an 8-inch hole. Here he comes.
Grab him.
I will.
Oh. Look
Wow.
at that. Look at the size of that freaking pout.
That is a giant.
Holy cow.
Look at that. Little buckshot rattle spoon with that piece of herring on there.
I don't know about you, I've never seen one that big before.
That's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen for sure. Look at that.
thing.
Look at the
Nice
size of his fins.
Looks like a big catfish. Nice eater.
Well, we've been out for a couple hours since we sort of did the intro to the show, and Sean caught a bunch here last week, and just, it was sort of in the evening.
Yeah,
and
night bite kind of deal. And
I think that's what we're gonna
into.
try to figure out here. So we're gonna unhook this guy. I'm gonna get my line rigged up, and I want to catch one of these things. That's awesome.
Size of that thing.
Sweet.
After the break, we're gonna cook some burbot up, and you're not gonna believe how we're gonna do it.
Fishing with Gussy is proudly sponsored by Lake of the Woods Sports Headquarters. Fishing, hunting, outdoors. 702 Lakeview Drive in Kenora, Ontario. Tech Tips is sponsored by Shimano Rods and Reels. Visit fish.shimano.com.
I'll show you what we're kind of using here, and you saw me cut up a piece of the belly meat. Sean cut off that belly meat for me earlier. So just a buckshot spoon, same thing that we use for walleyes, and you can use any type of spoon, even a jig. I don't think that their vision is all that great, so it's, you know, it's pretty important, I think, to have some meat on there. My experience catching these things before, and I haven't fished for them very often, but you know, you run into them when you're walleye fishing and whatnot, is you definitely want to have some meat on there. I think they use their senses pretty good. But that's it. That's what we're using, and that, you know, that spoon's got a little rattle in it, so we're just kind of banging it into the bottom too. We're not fishing it off the bottom. In fact, I actually just pulled my flasher out because it doesn't seem like you can really see the fish on it anyways. So we're just letting it down to the bottom. And you know, for me, I've used a flasher for a long time. We talk about it a lot on the show, and for, you know, every other ice fishing scenario that I can think of, I don't even want to fish without that thing. I mean, it really, not only does it just help you catch, you know, a lot more fish, but it just makes the whole experience funner too. I mean, you can watch your bait, you can watch when there's a fish there, and watch how the fish interacts with your bait, and then you learn how to trigger them to bite. And you know, fish like lake trout and crappies, whitefish, they'll suspend a lot of the time and be off the bottom, so you got to be able to see where they're at in the water column, and that's why that thing's so sweet. But these burbot seem to be kind of like a bottom fish, so we're just, that's it right there, just banging that spoon into the bottom, and I'm getting slack in my line, like there's slack, and you lift it, and hopefully there's one on it when you pull up. Sometimes they hit it when it's, you know, the bait's off the bottom, but a lot of times you just think that thing crashes into the bottom and kicks up a little bit of silt or mud or whatever, and they attack it.
Tech Tips is sponsored by Shimano Rods and Reels. Visit fish.shimano.com.
So Sean's gonna tackle cleaning up a couple of these critters, and we, like I said, we haven't done this before, so we're not claiming to be experts. But yeah, sort of, you cut up. This is sort of the piece of meat is along its back, and I'll let you do it, buddy.
It's basically the meat that you're looking to get is from right here So basically all this stomach section is basically, there's no meat there. So the shoulder and then the tail meat, that's basically all you're gonna get from these guys. So kind of do it like a little bit like a walleye, but it's a little bit different. You start in the same spot here, and then you go right down the spine. And you're going down right till you're feeling the ribs when the tip of your knife's going in there. And then, so you get back to about here, and then you get on top here, and you're basically just going down right along the edge of the ribs, and you can feel that the meat is really firm. It's almost like, you know, it kind of feels like a saltwater fish meat. So you can really get it off the edge of the ribs there. Keep working your way down along the outside of the ribs, and you'll feel where the rib bones are. You can see them right here. You don't want to get those in your meat. You just want to have this outside piece. And then basically once you get to there, all you're going to do is you come right through here, you cut along, and then once you get past the stomach, you're going all the way through, and then it's just like a walleye or a crappie or anything else. You just follow it right along the tail like that, and then you got your chunk of meat. So basically that's that tail section, and this is the shoulder that I was talking about. So if you can see, there's no meat on the side of the stomach. This guy's just absolutely full of crayfish. These are all going to be crayfish in here. You'll see, might even be a few live ones. Jeff could use one for bait. So look at how how many crayfish are in this guy.
I'm gonna clean these.
Look at, he's got a rock in him too. He's got
Are you kidding me?
He's got look at the rocks in him. There's 2 rocks.
Wow, they must have to eat those maybe to help them digest.
Or they're just sucking.
Look at that.
They're sucking the crayfish and taking the rocks with them. Yeah, look at all those rocks that were in there with all those crayfish.
Wow, that is cool, man. That's
So then
really neat.
Once you get this off, just like
we could have a crayfish boil too.
yeah, we could have a crayfish boil. So then it's just like a walleye or any other fish you clean with the skin.
This one is actually still moving right here.
Yep.
Wow.
Just like a snake skin. So there you go. That's no bones in that.
There's no bones in that?
Nope.
Beautiful.
So then all you're doing is you're just
chunking it up.
They just chunk it up just like that. It gets ready for the boil.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yep.
The recipe that we got is about as plain and easy as you can get, and one of Sean's friends from Wisconsin sort of told us this and said that you can batter them and fry them just like we would a lot of other fish around here, but we're gonna boil them in 7-Up, if you can believe that or not. So like I said, I've never done it, but I brought a 2-liter of 7-Up or Sprite. I asked if we could use Dr. Pepper because that's kind of like my thing, but we're using some Sprite. And what we were told is boil this, put the chunks in, and then once it comes to a boil again after we've added the meat, they're done. Pull them out, and we're gonna put some salt and pepper on them and dip them in butter, and apparently they're just like lobster, so we're gonna find out. You don't know if you don't try.
Okay, so fishtails. We used to live on Coney Island. This goes back probably about 39 years or so. My parents love fishing, and they had a little Lund boat, a 12-foot boat with a 10-horse on the back. We enjoyed going out every weekend, having a good time. We'd have a packed lunch. We usually have shore lunch, etc. But this one day that we went out, this one weekend, all of us, I have a brother and 2 sisters, and my parents, we clambered into the small 12-foot Lund. We went out fishing one day, but it was very windy, big swells, and the waves were coming out. So we found this unusual spot that was quite sheltered. We put our lines in, and we were trolling back and forth, and with the 6 lines in In the water, we had to troll backwards so they didn't get caught in the prop, and you know, young kids, that kind of thing. So throughout the course of the day, it was probably 2-3 hours of fishing. We had nothing, not even a bite, not even a nibble. And at this point, we decided, okay, well, we'll pack her in. We said, forget about lunch, and we decided to reel in our rods. And my brother, who is kind of a fun little guy, he decided to put his hands on my mother's rod, and he said the saying, fishy, fishy in the brook, come and bite my mother's hook. And instantly, in about 3 seconds, all of a sudden, boom, she got a bite, and she reeled in this big, massive walleye. It was probably about 6 pounds. And that was it. That little jingle, he was able to catch a fish with just saying a few words. So.
Never boiled Sprite before, but hopefully it doesn't blow up or anything. Maybe we're onto something here. Save a little bit for dinner.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we were kind of told was bring it to a boil and then drop in some meat. And then when it kind of comes to a boil again, pull it out and it'll be ready to eat. Let it boil up, and then, yeah, some salt and pepper, dip them in butter, and it's supposed to be unreal. I like lobster, so yeah.
Me too.
I got some forks, nice romantic dinner we're gonna have here. Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Burbot in Sunset Country, here it goes.
Just like lobster.
I'm gonna have another piece.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it tastes pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. There's no bones.
Nope. It's kind of got that same lobster consistency, like the texture.
Yeah.
You understand why they call it poor man's lobster.
That's quite a bit of meat off those 2 fish.
Yeah, you know, it's a good feed for sure.
Yeah, we've been out all day and didn't really bring any food with us, so
We were banking on them.
we're banking on it, and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It's, no, it's pretty good. I wish I probably would have brought some more seasoning stuff,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe a lemon too. That would have been a good
Yeah,
addition.
but it's got a nice texture. There's no bones, so that's sweet.
Yep.
And, no, pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you have it. It's been a fun afternoon, fun evening. You know, take advantage of whatever's biting. I mean, it's there's lots of fish in our lakes to catch outside of, you know, the traditional bass and walleye and trout that are probably the most popular. And you know, we got lots of these things.
Yeah.
Whitefish.
That's the beauty of up here too, is you can do so many different species. You don't have to be stuck on one certain thing all the time. You can do whatever you want, catch whatever's biting, and always have some fun.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go
our friends are bugging us.
get this stuff cleaned up and go catch a couple more of those. 'Cause I think they're gonna start biting really good
yeah.
just before dark.